It's Wednesday! Monday night brought out the stars, but tonight somebody will probably be lying on their back seeing stars. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. The home of unsafe wrestling is back tonight. It is Aew Dynamite, and it is going to the max for the second week in the brand new year. Nothing really changed in week one, so I don't expect anything to change in week two. But we do have a casino battle royale, and when you got battle royales in AEW, anything can happen. Darby Allin's in there. A guy will probably land on his head about 10 dozen times, but it's all good because if he wins tonight's match, he gets a shot at Moxley next week.
That's it, man. It's a casino battle royal. I get so hyped for this every year. Bet on red, bet on black. Well, you can probably bet on an unsafe spot here for Darby Allin. Who really cares at the end of the day, man? Dynamite, you know what? Raw had a chance with its Netflix premiere to bring something great again, and then AEW, next year's the year. And then what happened? What honestly happened on last week's Dynamite?
You know what? I'll at least say Raw put the people in place to make the show good, and it just sucked. At least I can say that Raw made an effort in terms of what they put on the show. Now, the quality of it was shite, but at least in terms of the match card and the legends that they brought back, Raw tried. What did AEW try last week?
Rock and Roll Express.
That was on Collision.
Aye, last week though.
Aye, Dynamite debut Max. What did they do?
Not much for me.
Absolutely. What do you mean not much? They're nothing.
Nah, they did heat. What about Edge?
Can you tell?
Take away Lan, take away Adam. What have you got? You got Cope.
Yeah, well, I can't cope.
C-O-P-E.
I can't cope with AEW. Speaking of Adam Copeland, will he be in this Battle Royal tonight? We do not know, but one man that will be here tonight. Don't think he'll be entering the Battle Royal, but he will return to AEW for the first time in a long time, and that is Kenny Oemga. He makes his return, but not in the pro wrestling scene because he's already been wrestling in Japan. So it's almost like AEW, Tony Khan are getting the hand-me-downs for Japan.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, if he was that good, would he really be returning to Japan? If he's your main asset, would he be returning to Japan and not your company? Probably not. I mean, is this Tony Khan letting them give him some back to the Japanese companies?
Imagine Austin says to McMahon, years ago, you know what, I'm thinking about putting the boots on McMahon, but I'm going to do a 6-month period in
Japan.
New Japan Pro Wrestling first.
Dome.
Would McMahon be like, sorry, Austin, sure, let Stone Cold return and we'll just get him 6 months later after the hype's died down.
That's it. That's what we want.
You know, it's like, what the hell's happening here? Anyway, Kenny Oemga returns tonight, January 8th. Not sure what's going to happen, but we'll see. 8/7 Central. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant,
that's
man.
That's the network, that's the time.
That's the time. Be there, be square.
Be there or miss it. MJF will appear live for anybody that still cares. Honestly, I don't know why this is being made up to be a big deal. At the end of the day, MJF, his stock has plummeted. I don't think I've ever seen a guy's stock go from as high as his was to as low as it is now in that short space of time. I blame the face turn. I blame that whole horrible run with Adam Cole. That, for me, has ruined MJF. Give the guy credit, man. Up until then, he was like probably the only real heel in wrestling. Although I do think Dominic Mysterio's good in that role. And yeah, he threw it all away just so he could do some hugger gimmick with Adam Cole, which turned out to be bullshit because Adam Cole's back now and Adam Cole's somehow the face, and they've just completely shat over that. Even though he cost the guy and he was the devil and he should be the heel and MJF should want revenge, but nah, MJF comes back. Doesn't he get the world title? Doesn't he get revenge? Doesn't he get nothing? So we'll see MJF live tonight. Yeah, but I mean, do we care?
MJF stock's plummeted. You know what? No one cares anymore about the guy. He sucks.
So are you just going to repeat everything I say, or is it like, no?
No, but here, if my opinion's the same as yours, mate, I still have to say it. I can't just sit there. Yes, Son of Scotland 90, you know, I have to get my own opinion.
You can just say I agree rather than repeat the same shit.
Even when I do that, you say, do you care, do you elaborate? Can't win with some of these wrestling fans, folks. They're all mentally ill.
Oh, mentally
no, the guy's
ill,
shite. What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
You know what? One minute he's like, oh, you crybabies. Next minute he's greeting, you're little Jew from
William Regal, you didn't read my email.
He's just a working man.
Anyway, up next, do you like this guy? Jeff Jarrett will appear live. Oh, yeah. Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Like, I mean, see the attitude era. Did McMahon make that announcement? A day before, Jeff Jarrett's going to appear, you need to watch Raw. No, you just expect him to be there. It was just a thing. Oh, well. All the top guys are... Why is that news Why is that advertising? Jeff Jarrett will appear live. Well, you mean is he signed to AEW? Yes. Is he getting paid by AEW? Yes.
Yes.
Like same way, those guys should be there.
No, they should be. I totally agree.
Yo, see back in the day, right? Even when you're like, let's take the Cena era, right? Because Cena's a legend. Let's take the mid 2000s, right, to late 2000s when Cena's on Raw, right, and he's the champion, he's the number one guy, and he's carrying the company. They would never promote Raw by saying John Cena will be live here tonight.
No, of course not.
The only way, what would have made news would be if John Cena wasn't going to be there.
Aye, yeah. Aye, like there'd be a big reason. Big
And even
story.
then, like you probably when they report that before the show, that's something you would do on the show.
But see, back in the day, man, at least if they reported Austin being there, it's like, yeah, you know, that's fucking stone. Now they do it for nobodies.
El Penta will be here next week.
I know, but come on. Hey, let's move on to the matches. We've got Bobby Lashley taking on Mark Briscoe. Should be a win for Bobby Lashley.
It should be a win for Bobby. Mark Briscoe's a meth addict. Bobby Lashley's a gym addict. One looks the part, one drinks for spoons and smokes on spoons. That's what it is. I'm going Bobby. Has to win.
I'm going Bobby versus the guy whose brother was the top shirt seller in 2013. Well, it's number 2.
23, you mean?
Number 2 he was.
Number 2 is alright for a dead man.
No, it's good for an alive man anyway.
I know. So, let's move on.
Alright, well, Bobby Lashley, will he sell shirts tonight? Don't know.
Here, I wonder what Benoit's sales would have been if they kept him on the market in 2007.
That's actually a very good point. Would Benoit have been the best shirt seller? I reckon, man. You see, a lot of people love Benoit. Probably would have sold shirts.
Yo, it's like you see with like Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, and guys like serial killers like Jack the Ripper. Like people are just fucking weird and into that.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're actual cunts. Benoit was actually a good guy. I stand by that. I might not enjoy his actions in the last few days of his life, but I've never met the guy personally. But anything that I've seen documentary wise, or anything that I've heard people who I would believe say about Benoit, then I'm going to back them. I mean, Chris Jericho literally said on the news, man, that if you were going to leave your kids with anybody, it would be Chris Benoit.
And Jericho's his friend. He wouldn't say that for a dig.
Yeah, no, Jericho doesn't take shit unless Tony Khan's paying him millions to do so. So
take it up the ass, Jericho.
I believe Jericho when he says that. Rest in peace, Chris Benoit. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. Anyway, moving on. Will Ospreay versus Buddy Matthews. So we've got Buddy Matthews, House of Black, taking on Will Ospreay, House of Nothing, I guess. No house. But whose house is it going to be tonight? Swerve's house. Nah, he's not in the show, guys. Don't worry. It might be in the Casino Battle Royal, though. You never know. Anyway, Will Ospreay. Is it? Well, good for him. Will Ospreay, Buddy Matthews. Who you going for? In what? Wait, is he? Because Ricochet killed him last week.
Well, he might not be, but he was in that triple threat.
I shouldn't have used the term kill after that talk earlier. Ricochet seriously done some damage to him after last week.
True, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going Jay Briscoe. I mean, not Jay Briscoe. I mean, Will Ospreay.
You're definitely not going Jay Briscoe.
No.
Right, Will Ospreay versus Buddy Matthews. Can I confirm you're going Will Ospreay?
Not Benoit either.
I'm going Will Ospreay as well.
Fucking Bray Wyatt, throw him in there.
Right, we have Tony Storm versus Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale. So we've got 2 rookies versus the alien that looks like a man and fatty Willow Nightingale. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening here. The winner of this match enters number 1 in the first ever Women's Casino Battle Royal, which will happen next week on Dynamite. Now, I mean, number 1 is getting talked up as a good number, and I get that because you can win the match at any time. Therefore, being in it at the beginning is good.
But they never ended at any time.
But we've never seen it end until at least, there's about a dozen people in it. And you could argue if you're in number 1, number 2, the longer the match goes, the more worn out you're going to be. So in the Rumble, obviously you don't want not 1 and 2 because you have to, it's the last man standing, so to speak. But in these Casino Battle Royals, the match can end at any time.
True.
So you could argue an earlier number is good, but it's like the championship scramble. I mean, yeah, if you're in early, it gives you a chance to actually get the pin and become the champion. But at the same time, if you're in last, you're fresh and you can pick apart the bones.
No, absolutely.
Same with that new one they've got on NXT. The what's that called? The countdown. What's they call that? The fall. What's that called? Countdown, mate. The NXT.
Oh, what is that called?
We watched
Deadline.
What's the match called?
Deadline, I'm pretty sure.
No, the pay-per-view's called Deadline.
No, I'm pretty sure the match is some form of something like that.
Something like Deadline. What? Point is, look, seeing the Deadline, you can argue what's it better? Is it better to be 1 and 2 where you can try and build up a lead, or is it better to be last where you come in and fresh and so
we've got to look through the eyes of kayfabe, and obviously this match you would rather enter first than last, because if you enter last, the match might be.
Well, no, I'm not saying you want to enter last in this match, but I'm not sure you want to enter first either.
In a match that can end at any time,
you want to be in it from the beginning.
Entering after it starts is retarded.
So you agree that the winning's a good thing?
Number 1, aye.
Well, who's going to win? Storm, Statlander, or Nightingale?
Storm every day of the week.
The rookie?
Aye, the rookie.
It's going to cause the upset there.
The rookie, the pre-show stopper.
The pre-show stopper, buddy. Aye, anyway, let's move on. Last match here, I'm going Tony Storm as well. I mean, Chris Statlander, Will Nightingale, I think last time they shared a ring, Chris Statlander was a heel. I believe they will take the ring tonight, both faces. It's a weird match, to be honest, 3 faces, anyway.
Yeah, well, it can work.
I wonder if they'll acknowledge the wee feud that they had, or will they just move on their separate ways?
Gloss over it.
Got to gloss over it. Oh, that probably was a while ago, to be honest.
Gloss.
But nothing changes in wrestling, so it felt like last week.
It does.
And then we move on to the Casino Battle Royal. Winner of this gets the shot next week against Moxley at AEW Maximum Carnage. So, aye. Don't know the participants. So, who do you think's going to win this? Who's in it? Can we find out? Can somebody tell us who's in this Casino Battle Royal?
There's a lot of guys in it, man. You've got Swerve Strickland, you've Hangman Adam Page.
Is he in it, though? Because we talked about how...
Well, I mean, to my fucking knowledge, he's in it, alright? So, I mean, if he's in it, he's in it. Jeff Jarrett's in it, I believe. Who else is in it? Jay White's in it. I think Shelton Benjamin's in it. I believe most people that were in the blue and gold leagues are in it. Who's going to win it? What's the winner get? A world title shot?
Something like that.
Something like that. I mean, John Moxley's the world champion?
Apparently there has been a female one before.
I don't know.
Although AEW are promoting this as the first time ever, so...
Well, in the game, both genders can be in it.
Piss off with that shit. In the game, the women and men can fight each other anyway, so...
Yeah, no.
So obviously both genders can be in it?
I think it's just weird, though.
I don't.
Alright, you don't. But I'm going to go... If
I knew who was in this match, I could give you a better idea.
I'm going to go Adam Copeland. Him against Moxley's the only match that makes sense. I wouldn't mind Jeff Jarrett, but we're talking about guys that are in their 50s here.
Man, you type in AEW.
Give us Sting. Give us a guy in his 60s, fuck's sake.
Because Sting comes in.
Is anyone in wrestling even relevant if they're in their 30s?
Nah, it's almost like you need to be at least 40 to have ever been good.
Yeah.
If you're not 40, then what chance you got?
What are you doing, buddy?
Anyway, right, I'm going Edge. I'm going Cope. Can you cope with it? Who are you going?
I'm not going... Who am I going? That's a big question.
Aye, scrolling through, man. Dave Meltzer's fucking hard drive trying to find a name that brings a resemblance to this match. And he can't find it.
Dave! Tell me the participants, Dave.
You watch this show every week, mate. You should know the participants.
Where the fuck?
Just pluck a name out of anywhere. Tanahashi. Takeshita.
No.
Takeshi's Castle.
Oh.
Shiny Jobber for the Impact Zone.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Prince Nana.
Ooh. No.
Fuck off. Just pick a name.
I'm going. Buy me a bit of time.
I love professional wrestling. Definitely not hanging the keyboard up when John Cena hangs the boots up. Definitely not, buddy. Like, you've had enough time, man. Just pick a name.
Kenny Omega.
See, what was so hard about that?
Probably won't be in it, but I'll go with him anyway. Why not?
Probably won't be in it. Might not be in it. Good night.
Oh, wait. Whoa. I've got the official participants that have been declared for tonight. This is according to AEW.com as of today.
Hit me with your best shot.
We've got...
Fire away.
And I'm going to be changing my pick based on this.
I'm not.
Who'd you go, Adam Copeland?
He's probably not in the match.
We've got Switchblade Jay White.
I said him.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Didn't say him.
The Last Outlaw Jeff Jarrett.
Said him.
And that's it.
That's only 3.
So I'm going to go Jeff Jarrett.
I'm going to go Copeland.
No. I don't think...
Like, there's going to be a match with 3 people. It's going to be Copeland. Cope the dope.
Although, I mean, I guess he is kind of feuding with Moxley in the script, isn't he? But we'll see. I'm going Jeff Jarrett. You're going Copeland. We'll catch you guys. I don't know when we'll catch you guys. Not going to lie. This won't be getting watched tonight. Busy things going on here. So, probably tomorrow, the review will come to you. That's it. Till next time. Peace.